What's up, guys? War here. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be making some changes to our lightning conduit, archmage, basically lightning warp, ball lightning build. But I wanted to take this opportunity to do some to showcase how to use the weapon sets and how to apply the points here, because we want to do some hard critical damage with our other staff, and just to kind of show how to do this, because it can be a little bit confusing, because I would probably guess that a lot of players haven't actually done this leading up to it. So essentially what we're going to do is we are going to have certain skill points that are going to go into different nodes based on the weapon that we're currently using. So in my character here, we have two different weapons. I have a main weapon with a shield that I'm using for my ball lightning and lightning warp, but we also have a manual cast of lightning conduit that we are going to be using our staff for, because this does a huge increase in critical damage bonus here, which is phenomenal. So what we want to do is have certain skills be prioritized, and we want to be able to change our nodes to accommodate what we're doing. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take some points off here. I need to take off, I believe, 12 points, I believe. So we got 5. We'll take these points off: 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe that's all I need. If I remember correctly, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we need 14 points. So we need 2 more points that we have to remove, and then we're going to have them be somewhere else on the board to accommodate this. So what we are going to do is we'll take the shield away and this mana regen. So this is where it gets a little confusing. So in order to use our weapon sets, you get 24 actual skill points throughout the campaign. All of this can be gained through the story. All the monsters that have like the +2, as you can see next to the skull for the cowbell, anywhere through all of the acts, this is where you get extra skill points, and it contributes to your weapon skill points. Okay, so it seems a little confusing. So what we can do is we can select each weapon set and use 14 skill points on top of the 14 out of the 24 if we want. You can use all 24 if you wish, points to put back in for this. So for example, what we want to do is we want to take weapon slot 1, and I want to go back and I want to add these in. So I'm going to add intelligence. I'm going to add intelligence. We're going to add this mana regen, right? And you see how these are highlighted in red. This means that in weapon slot 1, these passive points will change to what I'm selecting now from when I'm using weapon slot 2, and vice versa. So we're going to add those. We got to add back the points that we had. So we're going to add this. Mana regen. Add this back, right? What else did we have? We had a point here for intelligence. Here. And then we had one more point somewhere. Where was the last point? I do not remember, because I'm bad at video games. Oh no, because I had 1 extra. That's right, because I just leveled. Okay, cool. So then what we'll do is, it's because I just leveled. And then what we will do is we will add in a point here. So in red, we allocate all of these. These are unconfirmed. And then in weapon slot 2, we have 14 unconfirmed points, or no, in weapon slot 1. So what we will do is we will apply these points, right? So in weapon slot 2, we will be able to save this stuff in. So in weapon slot 2, we can add these points as well. So instead, so what we will do is in weapon slot 1, we will confirm. Boom. Now in weapon slot 2, we should have the same amount of points. So those are in red. We should have 14 points that we can add. So then we can come here, and you notice how these are in green. So then we're going to select increase crit chance. We want crit chance, not crit damage. We want crit. Then we're going to take crit. Then we're going to take crit. Then we're going to take crit. So that should be 14 unconfirmed points. So as you can see, we have green on the passive tree, and then we have red on the passive tree. So we have all these points here, and then what we can do is I can add in again, like if I want to add points here for mana regen, which I guess I would want to, right? Because we want to come back down here and get more mana regen and the damage taken. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it. That's just maximum energy shield. So we're just going to add this point because we're here to there. So we're just going to... Oh, we have 14. We used all 14. So now we can hit apply points and boom. So now whenever we swap in between these sets, we'll have 2 different skills that we're going to be using as far as passive tree. So in here, I'll be using the passive tree that I currently have with red for my main weapon 1. And then in weapon 2, when I go ahead and use lightning conduit, now everything in the tree, see how it highlights in green? Because now we're doing crit damage with this. So I know it seems a little confusing. Hopefully you guys understand it and I explained it well enough for you guys to use this. It does seem confusing. The biggest thing is you do need weapon slot points and you have to have the same amount of skill points that you're going to use. So I used 14 and I'm all set. Now going forward, as far as when you level, you can put in general points. So when I level again, I can just add points wherever I want and it will apply to both weapon sets. Or I would have to select the weapon set again and you're allocating points for weapon set 1 and weapon set 2. That is up to you. But right now I'm all done. Anything going forward will just be general, which will apply to both weapon sets and we'll be all set. So now, one last thing to this. When you go to respec, so when you go to respec, you're going to have to select the weapon sets and take points out of each. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So if I want to respec, for example, if I want to refund a passive, I would have to take the point out of here and this goes to 11. And then I'd have to go to weapon slot 2, take the point out again in order to use it. So that can seem a little bit confusing because then you're losing points. But because you split them between 2 different weapon sets, you have to take them out twice. So, but now that we're all done, I don't have to worry about any more weapon set changes. Everything going forward will just be perfect. I don't have to change anything. So that is it, guys. That's how you do the weapon slot or weapon skill points and weapon set changes. I hope this helps. Like the video, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, ask me. I'll be sure to answer. Don't forget to sub if you're new. And as always, stay gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.